Hey guys, welcome to our Saturday night thrift haul. We go live every Saturday night at 8:30 Mountain Time to show you what we've been thrifting at the thrift store, the Goodwill bins from Goodwill. Occasionally we go to estate sales. We have a really big, I feel like, eclectic mix of things. This is not a mega haul. No. It's more reasonable, so I think it's like a regular haul. It's going to be a little bit more chill, but I do have to say, I think we have the most amount of textiles and linens that we probably had, and I didn't realize that until we put it all out on the couch. So I'm super excited to show you guys the textiles and the linens, the quilts, the blankets, because those have been really popular lately, and we found some good ones this week. All right, if you want to shop along, JamieRayVintage.com. Caitlin's dropping the links, or you can go to Thrift Finds and Thrift Flips on the menu page at JamieRayVintage.com. All of these items are listed, and you can shop now.
We've got more than just textiles tonight, though. We've got a whole slew of things up here ready for you. I was wanting to paint this. Many people said, don't paint it. So the many people that said not to paint this rooster, I need you to show up and make sure that he gets purchased, not
Somebody painted it because it's hand painted, the top is.
Yeah.
The bottom is like, is that sandstone?
Yeah, it's some sort of sandstone.
It's really heavy. It's like a natural stone.
Yep. It was $5 at the thrift store, and it's going to be $42.95. It's pretty large. You can see me holding it here. It's nice and big, and then it's got the sandstone on the bottom, which is unique. We've never, in all my days thrifting, I've found probably hundreds of chickens at this point, and none of them with the sandstone base.
Harrington, if you need me to text your picture, text me. Don't call me while I'm live, yo. My son is on here. All right, I'm going to show you guys what I got in the Goodwill bag wall. I found a bunch of these sequin stars. I don't know if they're handmade, but I don't know how you would make these without hand making them. Like all these little sequins. $9.95 for the big one, $6.95 for the small one. And I have quite a few. Oh, Harrington, that's going to have to be after the live video because I'm going to have to search.
Is he texting you and commenting on the live stream?
There's this like picture.
Harrington is our son, if you don't know.
Harrington is texting me. There's a picture.
He lives about 5 hours away.
Yeah, there's a picture of him when he ran track, the 1 year that he ran track. And he's next to this thin kid, and he was pretty beefy, and he was passing him, and he wants that picture. It was pretty funny because it was a football kid running track. He was giant. All right, next up from the bag wall, I have a bunch of, I thought they were vintage clothes till I got them home with their doll clothes, and I'm selling the entire set for $28.95. I would say these would probably fit like an 18-inch doll. They're not in perfect condition. This one I can see needs a little like stitching, but I'm including all of them. I love the little nightgown.
If you're handy with a needle and thread, they can be like new within a matter of minutes.
If it was me, I'd just hot glue it. And that's got a little bonnet.
The hot glue is super easy, and it holds strong.
Little knitted, I'm guessing, dress. Look at the little flowers on there. And then here's a little set. It's complete with a little like 70s vest, sweater with pom-poms, little pants. I think these would fit the American Girl dolls. I can't guarantee, but that's about the size they are. Then it's got this little like shirt and then a pajama set.
Oh, it has the bottoms too.
$28.95 for all of them. I'm going to put it inside.
Don't lose this one.
Actually, I'm not going to put it inside here because this we're painting. I'm putting it inside the leather bag. Actually, no, you're cleaning that. All right, I'm just going to
put it over there. Put it somewhere.
Okay.
All right, so my starfish here. This was a hurricane lamp at one point, which is just like a big glass bowl that comes up. It's got its foam piece in here. I'm going to leave that in on the off chance that someone has the lamp / globe piece for it. But I love this. I was on the fence about it. I'm like, that's really not our style. We live nowhere near an ocean, but it's either, I would guess that it's probably aluminum based off the weight. It has like a
metal,
pewter aluminum look somewhere in there. But it was only $2. I'm like, I can't leave that at the thrift store. Someone is going to love it. But this top piece, I'm just going to leave it as is, but it has the rubber seal in there for if you do have a hurricane lamp.
Oh, that's
I think
cool.
You can order them too.
Most people don't really use hurricane lamps, so I think I would use it more as a candle holder or just like in a vignette.
Yep. But that's coming with it just in case you do live next to the ocean and you need a big windbreak for your candle.
Hey, Jerlyn from Warland,
this
Wyoming.
Is $26.95.
So I'm just checking to see what people are buying. The first item sold tonight, guess what it was?
A quilt?
The rooster with the heavy base.
Oh, really?
Yeah, as is. And then we sold a creamer from last week. We actually have a ton of stuff from previous because we've had such mega haul. So if you don't find what you want in the first 5 or 6 pages from this week, just keep going because there's lots of great stuff in there.
All right, shelf. This shelf, I believe, was $3 or $4. You got this from the bins, though, didn't you?
Yeah, I did get it from the bins. No.
So
Yeah, that came from the bins. So probably like $1.99.
Yeah, so like $2.
And it's not great the way that it looks now, but we're going to paint it. And it's definitely going to be a spray item. I have a feeling it's going to be, we're going to have warmer weather coming up and we're going to do a spray-a-palooza.
It's been like whiplash with the weather. It's been like 70 and then it was 40
so
and then
windy
it was
today.
65
I got
and then
windburn
it
on
was
my
38.
cheeks.
But it's been raining last like 3-4 days.
We did lots of yard work today and I'm actually kind of glad that it was cool because it was neighborhood spring cleanup and that's where like the neighborhood gets together. Yeah, then we did our own yard. The neighborhood gets together and like takes care of widows, people that are not physically capable of doing their yard work. And we went to Shan's house down the street and we did yard work down there. And I'm just glad that it was nice and cool because usually it's hot. So the weather was good today. All right, next up, tell them about what we had to do for this. It was $10.
So this is a juicer, like for typically citrus. It's called, when you look it up online, it's literally called a Mexican juicer. So this was $10. It was missing a foot, but I liked it so much I picked it up anyway. I'm like, well, maybe I can find something else that goes in there. But Jamie called up the manufacturer or messaged them, and they messaged right back. They're like, oh yeah, what pieces are you missing? So we ordered those up. They gave us a replacement foot. So this is pretty much like new, and we're selling it for about half off. It's $79.95.
Yeah, so it was $10, but then I spent another $24, I think, for the missing parts and then the foot. Because they threw in the foot for free. But I have to say, Verve, this company, if you ever buy this and need replacement parts, I can not say enough good stuff about their customer service. They must be a smaller company, kind of like us, because I had a person super sweet, just like Caitlin. I'm not used to getting that, and I loved working with them. And I'm glad that I could make this usable. Most people would not buy this at the thrift store.
Plus, if you got like limes or lemons, like this is going to make, you cut them in half, drop them right on there, done. All right, we're going to put this over here for a minute, or I'll play with it all night.
Hey, Blessed Beyond, if you just email info@jamierayvintage.com if there is a something wrong with the shipping, Caitlin will fix it. Occasionally things get combined incorrectly, but just email info@jamierayvintage.com.
All right.
Okay.
This is Anchor Hawking pitcher, matches. We have a pitcher just like this.
We're twinners. It's right here.
We have a bunch of cups. We pick them up when we're thrifting. Jamie loves them, and so we usually can sell these pretty quickly.
Well, I've actually only ever bought this one, and people were sad that it wasn't for sale. So ours actually has a chip in it, and we sanded it smooth. But this one is in really good condition. It was $3. We're selling for $26.95.
$28.95.
$28.95. Sorry, I couldn't remember.
Don't
but yeah,
$2.
Everybody wanted to buy it. I love it because it has a nice heavy bottom, and we actually wind up using it mostly for
so a lot of people, if they have little kids,
for gravy.
We've always pretty much used like glass and occasionally a couple. When we first started out, we gave our kids plastic, but then we're like, yeah, we don't like the plastic stuff. But these are great because like if you bump into it, it's just going to slide. It doesn't tip over.
Yeah. Okay, next up, we have this palm tree box that Zeb picked up. It's not going to be palm tree anymore. I don't know what his plan is, but it's going to get painted, decoupage, something, and it's going to be $36.95.
I don't know if I'm going to decoupage the whole thing or maybe just the face. I mean, so it's palm trees, which not for everybody, right? But it's coming off over here and it's all scuffed up over here.
Yeah, so if you sand it so that way I wouldn't like remove the paper completely, but just sand it so that way whatever you do.
It does have brass hardware. It's got these little hinges in here, and it's also got hinges in the back that are brass, and then this pull. So I'll probably pull all of that off, maybe decoupage it. I'm still on the fence on decoupaging the whole thing, but we'll see. It's going to be $36.95.
All right, next,
38, sorry.
Next up, we've got these 12 gold like glass ornaments. They are One of the listings I found said mercury glass, but I don't think that they are. I think they're just gold. One of them actually has a different topper, so they must have like.
You gotta watch out for when you're looking stuff up on the internet.
Yeah, the people selling stuff aren't always right. So I was just like, gold. They say jumbo, but I feel like jumbo must have meant something back in the day, because to me this is not jumbo. So I did not put jumbo. Is it? Like if this is jumbo, what's regular size?
Maybe it's a jumbo pack because it's more than 12.
Oh.
Because you get 3 extra.
I put 12 in the listing. So it's
3 extra on this
15
one.
For $19.95.
Made in USA.
Plus bonus. That actually makes sense.
All right. Pampered Chef deep cooker. This is the 3.1 quart or 3 liter.
So this is crazy. I saw that on.
This one's already seasoned.
Yeah,
really
it's already
nicely.
seasoned. I saw this on Amazon for almost $200. So I don't know if they aren't making them anymore or what.
It's like a limited edition color, possibly.
Yeah, but I did some. This is not brand new, so I did some comparable research, and we're selling this one for $49.95. I think it was what, like $3? I can't remember. I think the price tag's gone. These are great for casseroles, for roasting things. But if you love to make crusty bread and you want a Dutch oven for it, that's perfect, because you put it in your oven and heat it up, and then you slide the bread off your parchment paper after you've let it rise for like 18 hours, and it gets super crusty, and I just love it. I used to have a lid to mine. I'm actually surprised I'm even selling that one, because I might keep it if nobody buys it, but they're just really good.
Okay. We sometimes, when we find things, like I was at the bins the other day and I was looking at a cookbook. I'm like, I think I already thrifted this cookbook. Did we sell it already? Sure enough, we had not sold that cookbook, so I did not thrift it again, right? So we had one of these plates just like this, and before Jamie got it, she's like, do we still have that? We did not, so we got another one.
Yeah, it sold really quickly.
This was $1.50. Is it made in USA, or is this USA pottery?
USA. It's made in the USA. And it's $19.95. So just a little pro tip, if you're picking something up and you're like, that's why it's great to have a website, because I can easily check when it sold and I can see how long it took to sell. And that one was a quick sell.
I remember when we used to do markets, we were never this organized, but people would literally have like a huge binder, and they would have an itemized number of everything, and it would be tagged and what the price was and what they paid for it. And wow. That's like on our website.
Yeah, we keep ours all organized that way. All right. So Yumiko gifted 5 Jamie Ray Vintage memberships. I don't know what that means, but that is awesome. I'm guessing that means that 5 people can get a membership for the extra videos and content that we do for our members. We actually have, I think next Tuesday, we have another video coming up, and a super chat from Susan Smith. Love you all. You are my Saturday night entertainment. Never miss you all. Thank you guys. I appreciate that. That's really sweet.
I didn't know that you could gift memberships. I'm curious how that works now. I got to look into that. That must be new.
I don't know.
Or it might be old and I just didn't know, because I'm getting older and things get by me pretty easily these days.
You're getting older. He's 42. All right. This is a picture of Jesus. This was in the bins. I picked it up similar to the reason that we pick up flags. I did not want this picture thrown around. So I grabbed it. We are going to have to, like, it's missing the little cleats. It is a vintage frame. So we'll either have to put little nails in here or just kind of glue it in place. And I actually really love the wood tone on this frame. So I'm going to leave it the way it is, and it's going to be $12.95. And anything that's from the bins, we usually don't know the exact price because we just pay by the pound.
It's usually around $1 per item. Pretty close to that if you count the items at the end.
Yumiko now wants everybody to give us a thumbs up. So make sure you hit that button. She says, hey, Ivy. Ivy, are you back from vacation? Or are you coming back next week?
All right. This is Pampered Chef. I don't know. This would be a cake pan, pie pan.
That's a deep dish pizza pan, I think.
Deep dish pizza.
That's what I would use it for. Pampered Chef always sells really well for us, so we never leave it behind. This one I priced at $16.95. We actually have a stone for the toaster oven. I don't know if they discontinued making them or not, but I couldn't find one for really under $30. So I priced mine at $19.95 because I just felt like $30 was ridiculous. Maybe they're worth more. This one looks almost brand new. There's scuffs on it, but I don't think they've used that for anything.
And it got used like crazy, and then we didn't have that toaster oven anymore, and I don't know what happened to ours.
Looks like the deep dish baker sold. Oh, Carol, that is smart. She says she uses her deep dish baker for biscuits.
Oh, yeah.
I would love it for that. That's a good one. I would need like a I have to make like a whole sheet pan full of biscuits, so I need a bigger one.
All right, I'm going to show some books so we can kind of mix them in. We do have, I thought I only bought 15, but Jamie helped me out.
I bought 3, and somehow we wound up with 20. He says he only bought 15. Whatever the math is on that.
That's Zeb math.
It's book math.
I'm going to go through them quick. Most of these books I got because they were a little old. Some of them are even tattered. I bought them purposely because of the age and the wear. And not necessarily for the content. I did not read all of these or research what they're about. So just know that, maybe look into it before you're buying one of these. American literature, author is Long. I got this 100% because it's like an olive gray green and it's got gold binding on the back. That one is $15.95. The Splendid Outcast by George Gibbs. Look at that. You put this up like in an old bookshelf or in between a couple of corbels on your mantle.
I love crusty books.
Yeah.
The crustier the better. The older the better. I just feel like there's just something about a book that's given enjoyment for like 100 years that I love it. And it looks good on the shelf.
All right. The Road to Understanding. Take a guess why I got that one.
Because you need to understand stuff?
No, because it's got gold. It's got gold lettering. And then we'll do another one here. Tom Blake's Mysterious Adventure. The green. This is like this shade of green and a little deeper than this is really good right now. All right, I'm gonna show you one more just because I like it and it's on top.
And then I'll show you guys all the games. We usually don't get it games and puzzles, but we've got a selection here today.
So this is Play School series, Language of Music, and it's just got. It's just I feel like it's kind of like if you were in like music history or something. That's kind of what it's got, and it's kind of basic songs because it's for kids, but. It's got some water damage on the front, which makes it even better. $14.95. I saw these, like if they're in perfect condition, these were going for like $40 to $50. Ours is not in perfect condition.
We price them accordingly. So essentially, Kimberly says that they make too many frozen pizzas. They're probably talking about the pizza stone. We actually made 2 frozen pizzas for dinner tonight. Saturday nights are hard because we have to get the house.
We're usually busy working all day or doing something with the kids.
Yeah, we're always busy all day, and then we need to start setting up by 7:30. So Zeb, I got him a Freschetta gluten-free pizza because we haven't tried that one yet, and it was on sale. And then I just had like their rising crust. So not the healthiest thing, but I feel like a frozen pizza is probably better than like McDonald's. So,
it was okay. The crust was all right.
Do you like the Costco one better?
I really like the Costco one, but it's got so many toppings it never really crisps up or it starts to burn on the edges.
But you should try putting it on a stone. I wonder if that would make it
I usually
better.
just put it right in there on the grate.
Yeah, that might work.
The Freschetta one, like the crust was almost like cracker-like. Does that mean it was a thin crust pizza? That's the best way I can describe it.
So I feel like we've thrifted different things this week. We do occasionally buy games, but not this many.
At the risk of calling it eclectic.
It's definitely eclectic for sure. This I actually bought for Odelia, and she's like, I'm not going to put that together probably. So this one is new. It's still got the little thingy bobber. It looks like they opened it on this side, but all the pieces are in there. I will make sure Zeb puts it together to be sure.
What?
450 pieces. You can do that tomorrow.
What? How much did you priced it at a discount price? It's fine.
$18.95. I don't know what the original price is, but it's a 3D Harry Potter puzzle.
I don't know if you know this, but my puzzles that I like to do come in the form of real houses. I like to put those pieces together.
But this is a 3D house. It's like a real house.
All right.
All right. Next up, we've got vintage games. Probe. A lot of people commented about this one. I've never heard it before. Looked like all the pieces were there when I opened it up. $18.95 for that one.
So they've got a pretty stout disclaimer on the back. Probe is the most provocative game of words since the invention of the modern alphabet.
I don't think back then provocative was meaning like what provocative means now.
No, it means it's like probably brain-inducing proof.
The modern use of the word provocative sounds like it's PG-13, a little risque. Opposite of that is hi-ho cherry-o. You know why I like this? Because the graphics on here are so dang cute. Look how cute that is. And really good condition for as old as this game is. I'm surprised the cherries are even still here because that's the first thing my kids lose. So Hi-Ho Cheerio, $18.95. And then this one's hilarious.
Lay an egg.
Lay an egg. And it literally, you put this chicken on here, and there's these little bowls, and you push a button, and then whoever gets the most
It reminds
eggs
me of
laid.
Hungry Hungry Hippo, but with a chicken.
And it's actually in, like, all the stickers are in good condition, so I liked this one the best. Okay.
They're all $18.95.
Cynthia says, that's a cute game, and the cherries go everywhere. That probe is from 1974, and it is vintage. Jamie, you're such a good decorator. Why do some of the HED people put books on shelves backwards? I'm a reader, and I hate that look. It is purely for aesthetics. So the people that are putting their books backwards never intend to read them. They just like the way all of the pages look. They're more neutral, and it's just for decor. And there are people, like I do have books you could read, but I probably am not gonna. They're just for looks. So
it's getting more and more popular.
I mean, I wouldn't put a book backwards, I don't think, but I can see why they do it. Although I did send my mom with a vintage Reader's Digest from my decor books. She wanted a book to take on the plane, and I had a Reader's Digest one that happened to be thinner, and so I sent that with her.
If you go to Pinterest and you look up old books right now, there's going to be some that look like this, but for the most part, they're going to rip these bindings all the way off, put them in like stacks of 3 or 4, and wrap twine around them, put them on the shelf like that.
100%.
Like they're not even keeping the binding on the books anymore. They're going to leave it just like this and just like that, and that's what you're going to see, and then the back all ragged. And sometimes they used old recycled paper, and so you'll see that on the binding on the inside.
I kind of now want to find books that are completely ripped apart because I actually really like that look, but my sister's a librarian, and I just can't.
We have some that are probably worthy of being ripped apart tonight.
I don't think
some of these are like pretty toasty. All right, this one, the Haunted Bridge. This one is hold please. A Nancy Drew mystery story.
We have been getting requests for Nancy Drew. So if that was you, this is a pretty old one. Jack and Jill sold.
1937 on this one. I also like it. This is one of those ones where like orange and blue, it's not very common, and then the back is like a gold. So that's probably what you're going to see if you throw this on a shelf.
I love that.
1995.
I wonder if that one sold too. Sweet. I'm glad that sold because sometimes people say that they want us to buy things and then they don't sell right away. So now we know for sure Nancy Drews are popular.
I saw someone that had like 4 or 5 of these books in really good condition on eBay. They were selling them for $250 for the set of 4.
I'm going to be honest. I'm not a book collector per se. I pass books along when my kids no longer are at that age group. And my kids do a lot of library checking out. Like all of my kids check out books from the library on a regular basis. And then I buy them like some of their favorites. And that's pretty much it.
I don't think this Jack and Jill has a copyright date on it that I saw.
Some books are so old they don't, but you can tell that it's older because of like
usually like 1800s and above. So this was gifted to someone in 1985.
Yeah, but the person before it had it. That's definitely not from 85. So
anyway, this one is sold. It was $12.95. I got this one because it was green and Jack and Jill. It's very popular.
All right, next up, this is a quilted. It doesn't look to be hand quilted. It's got a little bit of a imperfection there, but otherwise really good condition. Throw pillow. I have not seen a lot of these. I find a lot of quilts, but not pillows like this. And it's $18.95. I don't know if it was homemade or not. I'm looking for like whip stitching and I'm not seeing that. Oh, here it is. There was a tag originally. So definitely not homemade because you can see where the tag came from. All right. Let's see if there's any questions. Hello, Jamie and Zeb. All of us who love old, rusty, crusty stuff enjoy the Japanese lifestyle of wabi-sabi. Is that where you just like turn something old into something new? I think that's what that means. Okay, I'm going to keep going. This is another thing people requested that we did not paint. It's all chipped up. So someone
repaired it orange.
Yeah, somebody repaired it at some point and they did like a dark glaze. But they said don't paint it because it's a vintage Hager mold from 73 or something. So I'm going to sell it as is for $29.95.
That was the year my parents were married.
Oh, It's been around for a minute. If it doesn't sell at $29.95, then I'll up the price to $39.95 and I will repaint it. But I'm going to leave it as is for a little bit.
That was 51 years ago.
People asked us not to paint it. All right, next up, this one was weird. So we found this at the thrift store and it had like a French horn with some floral and it looked like it was strangling the rabbit. Zeb had to literally like sawzall almost the French horn to get off because it was not, I don't know how they got it on there.
They must have wrapped it once it was on the bunny because there's no other way.
Like they must have like, it must have been like warm and they wrapped the horn like to.
Sure, I don't know what they did.
Anyways, Zeb removed it, and now it's just a verdigris bunny. It was $3.99, and we're selling it for $19.95.
It's like one of those ring puzzles that you can get, you know.
Okay, next up.
So I'm going to show my backpack.
Okay.
So Union Bay, this was really popular when I was a kid in the 90s. I don't know if they're still making stuff. They were established in 1981. But this backpack, this style backpack, new when I looked it up, was going for like $60 or $70, and used they still sell well. Ours is at $22.95. It's got brass zippers, this little leather plaque here with the black rivets, and then the zippers all work, and it's got a couple pouches over here on the side. It's in pretty good shape. It's a little faded, but I think that's actually the way it came. It's
totally 90s style, and that's why it's popular. It's Union Bay, totally my vibe from high school.
Yep. I had my favorite pair of shorts were Union Bay shorts. They were cargo shorts.
Sorry, I won't crunch the ice in my mic. You got it, Kathy. I'll just drink my soda. It's very bad noise. Oh, I thought that they were saying that it was very bad for your teeth. Look, watch. There we go. It's a bad habit.
That's why she has the crunchy ice, though, so she can crunch it.
I know, but they probably don't want to hear it. So I apologize to anybody I may have offended with my crunchy ice. All right. Flow blue plate. It's got some flea bites in it,
I'm gonna bring it close.
For the age, very good condition. And I'm going to say I have never in the United States found a plate like this in the wild. It was $1.50 at the thrift store, which is crazy. And what's the price on that?
$34.95.
I saw them $50 and up. I just thought $34.95 was a reasonable price for it.
This is like double stamp. Like it's got a stamp here and then it's got an impression.
Rhoda says her cat Maud is watching. She's obsessed with the movement. And Vicky says she doesn't own a green bunny. I don't know if the bunny's sold or not yet. Okay, yeah, the plate. I know that plate did sell. I actually saw that was one of the first few things to sell. Okay, next up, this is a what's the name of this? Oh, tajiri. I knew it was from Japan. And it's got a cow on it. It does have, I put in the listing, there's a chip in the lid. So can you tell Jack to?
He's playing the
Oculus. Oh, you don't see the bunny has sold. That's probably why you don't see it, Brenda. So what happens is when things sell, they go to the bottom of the collection unless you switch how it's sorted from new to old. If you do new to old, then all the new stuff from this week will be at the top and it'll show you if it's sold or not. Otherwise, everything sold dumps to the bottom just so you don't have to go through pages and pages of sold items. Hello, Karina from Sweden. Sweden is on my bucket list. I don't know when I'm going to get there because the problem with Sweden is I want to go to in the interior and they get cold the time that we normally travel. Like we usually go like beginning of March or the end of October and it's a little chilly.
Both cold.
A little chilly.
$16.95. False graft, salt and pepper shakers. These remind me of lighthouses. They're kind of that shape.
I love this particular pattern of false graft. I almost always pick it up because it's just very classic. All right. This is a Ray Dunn treat jar. Oops. It's not like super tight like that one, but it does have the ring on it. And the reason why I got it is because I thought it would be cute if you had like kids where they got rewards, or for like a dog, you could put treats in there because it says reward on it. It was $3 and we're selling it for $18.95.
So this is Pampered Chef. Jamie listed this as a candlestick, but it's actually for displaying like small pastries.
Or a cupcake. But I'm not known to just
that would be a pastry.
Display one pastry. That would in this house, it would be like the Hunger Games of the pastry, like the cornucopia. Like, here's the cupcake, the one cupcake, come get it.
The one cupcake.
But I think as
like
with a beeswax candle on it with maybe some floral around the base would be really pretty.
It's $13.95.
Okay, I want to do the winners for this week.
Okay, are we ready? Let me go hit the button.
It's exactly halfway through.
Okay.
Perfect. Okay, so what we do is every week, if people share on Facebook, because Facebook keeps track of who shared what, we randomly pick 2 people every week, and we try not to repeat it. Caitlin has a running list of people. And so if you share, you get entered. And it can be this video, it can be any video, it could be a post, whatever. So the more often that you share the things that we put up on Facebook.
That's not to say you can't get picked twice, though.
No, for sure. But I'm just saying, like, we try to be fair, right? So you need to email, if you're the winner, you need to email info@jamierayvintage.com. Please email, because when Caitlin gets an email, it goes into a ticket system, and she has to respond to the email, take care of it, and ticket that it's done for it to go away. And that keeps everything very organized. If you message us on Facebook, anytime that we get a response to a Facebook story, we get a DM. So you can imagine that we have 155,000 followers or something like that on Facebook. When we do a story people like, lots of DMs. So things get lost in there. Email's the best way. So the winners are Ella Dennis and Thomas Nancy. Both last names that could be first names. So Ella Dennis and Thomas Nancy. If you share it on Facebook, please email info@jamierayvintage.com, and we will send you happy mail. And we send random things. It can be supplies. It could be something that I made. It could be we got an extra something or other in the store that I thought was cute.
Damaged.
We have a whole shelf of fun stuff, and Maria and Keziah pick it and ship it off.
All right. Mermaid mug. It's got a mermaid tail on it and kind of what looks like fish scales. This is definitely a handmade. It's got a fun glazing on it, and then a logo
it's like navy blue. Oh, it's actually more bohemian blue.
Yeah,
I would say it's definitely bohemian blue on the inside. Is $12.95.
$12.95 for this mug.
And we it's different this week, right? Like, we don't always have coastal stuff, but I thought it kind of went with Zeb's starfish vibe.
Yeah, it did. Okay, we have 2 of these. They're $18.95 each. These are Japanese stoneware. I can't read the actual Fascino. It's the name on them, but we have 2 of the set.
It's like an Italian name for Japanese pottery. But anyways, yes, 2 mugs, 2 plates. They're sold as a set for what, $18.95?
Yeah.
You get all of it. No, all of it.
All 4?
Yeah, all 4 pieces.
There you go. I thought it was individually. That's a deal.
I know.
Okay.
I thought I'd be dealy today.
This little box here is $19.95. It's roses. It's porcelain. Was this from the actual Goodwill, or did this come?
No, I got that at Goodwill.
Okay. All right. That one, it was $3.99 at Goodwill. It's almost got like a carnival glass look, the way it's glazed. And then strawberry leaf dish, and then it's got strawberries on it.
I put that it was a candy dish, but you could put whatever on there. It was $1. We're selling it for $9.95. And also, before I forget, we get too far into this, we uploaded a bunch of items. We updated the JRV sale collection. And also, if you're wanting to get the retired stencils, they're on sale 25% off until the 30th. As well as the Capri Milk Paint is on sale for 35% off until the 30th. So we have some sales ending. The sale collection, that just keeps getting added to, but the stencils and the milk paint, those are going to be ending the end of this month. So if you've been waiting, I don't want you to forget. So.
All right, found this masher at the bins. I love the wood handle.
It's like got really good patina.
It's like the style I had when I was a kid. I think we still have one. Jamie and I have one. It's not necessarily an old style. They still make this, but it's just really efficient, works really good. This is usually thick enough gauge that it never bends. It's got a wood handle. I love that. It's $9.95. Oh,
Odelia would like to tell everybody where she's going on her mission. She got her call this week. This is Odelia. If you're new here, she's our oldest daughter. She's 18.
Even see you guys.
Where are you going on your mission?
Okay, do I need a microphone?
No, you just need to say it.
Okay. I am going to Michigan Lansing, English speaking, and I'll be leaving August 26th.
And that doesn't mean she's only going to be in Lansing. That mission covers the entire state.
As some people have been telling me, use my hand. It's the whole mitten, pretty much, except for Detroit.
No Detroit.
But
There you go. We're super excited. All right. Bye-bye, Odelia.
She's super
very
excited.
excited.
She's
Okay.
ready to go now. She can't wait till August. I got to live with her till August.
She wants to go shopping like tomorrow. I'm like, get a list. We're
Like,
not buying
Odelia, you
everything
have
under the
most of
sun.
these things. It's cold. It gets hot. It's humid. Like you got stuff for that. All right.
Show them your stuff.
Goodwill, $1.99, just a little brass basket. We're selling it for $9.95. This one is a little more, it's a heavier gauge,
A little
more polished.
shinier.
It's got an ornate, almost like rope braided handle.
Has grapes on it, but Zeb bought
It
it.
has grapes on it. I vetoed the no grape rule and just did it because they're cast. I really thought it was cool.
Yeah.
Oh, this one is
I don't have a no grape
$18.95.
rule. I just don't typically buy grapes. You can buy what you want. Well, within reason, because there's a few things I'm like, that's not really going to match my store. So if you buy it and it doesn't sell online, it's going to the second floor. We actually have, we may or may not have a small corner section of things that don't vibe. What are you going to do? It has to, you don't want a shop to look super disjointed.
No, our shop is very cohesive. It has a good look. All right, yellow enamel bowls, $1.99 each. We are selling them for $4.95.
No, they were $1.99 for the pair.
$1.99 for the pair. We are selling them for $4.95 each.
Yeah, there you go. They were, so Goodwill tapes them together.
Oh, gotcha.
And I just took the tape off for the picture.
This is a fun basket. I don't know what the make is. Are we painting this? Because I don't think you're getting that off.
I was just gonna. Oh, I guess we're gonna have to paint. Well,
That's
I don't
like
want to paint over it.
It's
so
like
we're
a
gonna
marker
have to,
exploded.
We're gonna have to color match it.
Okay, we'll try.
We can color
Probably
match
just
that.
some white linen and some dark wax, and you're done.
I just think white linen mixed with a slight bit of crockery to make a cream.
Yeah, could be. But it's like a house. It's like a
We can't paint over the house.
It's like a
too
double
cool.
layered basket. Look how that's made.
Yeah, that's really cute. Okay, Zeb's gonna skip with it because
This
you have
is
to skip.
$26.95. Oh, it's been a minute since I've skipped. I'm ready. I got my shorts on. It really helps.
If you're new here, I don't know when, but Zeb started skipping with baskets, and
like
it's one of
5
our
years
most
ago?
requested things, so we have to do it.
Anytime we
And
get a
every time
basket.
we buy a basket, that people are like, Zeb's gonna skip with that.
I skipped with it once, and then like forever after, that's what I get for being silly.
Leslie says it's a cute basket, and Bless Beyond says tell her to bring a heavy coat. Oh, she will.
Yeah.
She will have like the full body quilt situation, or not quilt, jacket. I think she said coat and I said quilt. I'm pretty tired. Sorry. I told you we're doing a lot of yard work today.
All right. This angel is holding a baby. Does it have little bees on the back? It looks like it has bees on the wings. That's like bark on the wings.
Let me see.
Maybe it's just
That's
like where
bark.
a branch was.
Oh, so I'm not supposed to be chomping.
$12.95. It was $1.
That was an accident.
Yeah, sure.
It was an ice
So
chomping
a lot
accident.
of times we get these in their metal and they're pressed tin. This one is ceramic, and it's got, I don't know if it was on purpose or an accident, but it's got like a really cool glazing on the inside. I don't know if the camera will focus on this. We're going to paint the outside of this. It'll be $26.95 when we're done. Let's see if we can see. Oh,
It's gonna be really cute painted.
See the glazing? I just like the glazing in the inside.
And we're not painting the inside, so we're good. Okay, so next to the Flow blue plate, this probably is my second most favorite thing. I have never found this good of an original like painting at the thrift store. I found them other places, but not the thrift store. What I love about this is it's not just floral. There's a bee. Where's the bee? It's like over there on one of the flowers. We've got the bird over here. The frame is really good, and it's large. I think it says 24 by 30, but I think that's the interior. This frame is actually bigger than that, and I think I put that in the listing. And it's definitely vintage, like the framing company. You can kind of see some of the
37 by 31 and a half on the frame.
Yes.
So the 24 by 30 is
large
the
art. So for original art, I feel like this is well priced. It's $224.95, and that comes with the frame and the art. And that's also because this is going to cost more than the website will charge for shipping on it. So in the store, we'll probably lower the price just a little bit.
I'm going to
because we won't have
reattach
ship
it better for you.
Yeah, they apparently wanted to attach it with, well, this is vintage duct tape. It no longer has sticky.
Yeah, it's like powder.
But we will, yeah, Zep's going to make sure that's attached well. And then
is it signed right here?
where?
Under the duct tape?
That's the the frame. So the signature on this is Pat Smith. I tried to look up the artist and I couldn't find her. So Susan says it's a bargain for the artwork. I thought so. I paid $19.95 at Goodwill and I couldn't get that in my cart fast enough. I was super excited. Okay, another Zeb project. Zeb is going to clean this leather and then like
I'm going to oil it. It still might have some stains and imperfections. The oil doesn't fix everything. Saddle
soap will clean the leather and then we will oil it to protect it. What I love about this bag is that it's got a stamp and it's got a guy. If you're not into hunting or you're vegan, I mean, I guess you wouldn't buy leather anyways. It's got a guy hunting with his hunting dog and then it's got like a deer with a big rack on it. So it's actually what I would consider like the original, what do they call the man bags? Like Father's Day is coming, and if you have a father,
it's a satchel.
A father who's into hunting, I feel like he would probably love this bag. It's got 2 pockets. This one's a little taller, and it's like all leather with brass rivets.
150 years ago, it would have been a game bag.
This was not like sewed by like an assembly line. This was probably sewed by a person on a fancy machine. So, anyways, really cool heavy duty leather bag.
All right, I'm going to rapid fire some old books and then I'm going to give you some new books. Okay, other things being equal. Again, gold, green. If it's any kind of gold on the back, I snag them. This one is a little bit older. $18.95. Remember when, if you watch Thursday's video, I'm like, I want to find a book that is from the 1800s. I know I can do it. Here, this is the book. This is the one that did it. That one's $24.95. This one, great green on it. The Owl's Nest, also older. This one's $24.95. I can't remember.
It's a merce, a man purse. That if there was ever like a manly merce, that one's it. I feel like a woman could use it too, actually. Like it's a really cool leather bag.
Hold on, I can't get to the title page. It's stuck. This one doesn't have, it's translated from German. This one doesn't have a copyright.
Okay, while he's looking up that, Zeb did purchase another clock. If you guys saw the reel where I was teasing him about clocks, it was like tongue-in-cheek joke. I think most people get that, but some
I'm
people
going to fill
like,
that whole wall up.
Yeah.
Like if people don't buy those, we're going to have a really cool wall display.
Zeb is not concerned when he wants to buy something. He doesn't care if I say it's not a good idea. So even if I did, it wouldn't matter. So $99.95, and this is going to get this chunky frame painted. I don't know what. I don't think it's bad, but the distressing on it is pretty. It's like a sponge machine distress, so we're going to repaint that.
The Heart of Rachel by Kathleen Norris. Again, gold. It goes with everything. Gold and red, gold and green, gold and navy.
They're all talking about Michigan. I think the thing that's going to be the biggest like slap in the face is humidity. We don't get humidity here. We're the second driest. I mean, we do, but we're the second driest state in the nation.
Like our humidity is like a breath of fresh air. It comes with a breeze, and it rained just a few minutes ago. Yeah. And then in half an hour, the sun's going to come out and melt that humidity away, and then it's going to be hot again.
If you ever want to see me in my least positive format, stick me somewhere hot and humid, and I'm just not a very nice human. It doesn't work well for me. I do my best.
All right.
Hey, Les.
Mavericks. Got this one because it was cream, had good age, $17.95. Most of these are older, like I would say 1950s and earlier. Some of them are not. And then this is K. That's the title of the book by Mary Roberts Reinhardt, because you need some red. This one here, I'm a little sad. The binding is trying to fall off of the back. I do have it, but it was in very bad shape. This is what I was talking about, though, using recycled paper. Like, that's a music note on the back of here that they used to make this book.
Odelia?
And this is Gulliver's Travels, A Tale of Tub.
Odelia loved this hook rug.
Oh,
I'm selling it for what like the kit would normally cost. So, and somebody already did the work for you, and I think it already sold. $24.95 for this. Again, you know, this is not something I've ever thrifted before, anything like it.
I found that at the bins. I was super excited.
We found that heart-shaped one at the bins last week. I don't think that one has sold, but I am trying new things. So comment and let me know if you like that we're trying to branch out. I'm not promising you that it's going to be a lot of branching out.
I wanted to show you this really quick. Look at these old books. all together. It's not for everybody. The look isn't for everybody, but you put a couple of crusty corbels on the sides of these, throw them on a mantle or on a shelf somewhere, and they just look great.
Oh, they said it's not humid in Michigan. I thought that it was, but maybe not. I just feel like anything east of us is humid. And
It's pretty
north.
far north, so it might not be as oppressive as like the Midwest or down south.
Oh, the South. I went to Delaware once in September. I thought the sky was falling. And they're like,
I would say Delaware is like East Coast. But
they said it was the worst humidity they'd ever had in September. I was like, perfect. All right, one
here,
more.
we'll show you a lamp.
Yeah, and then we'll do the rest of the books, and then we're going to get to the linens, and we'll end on time today if we
Okay,
stop
so
telling
this has
stories.
a cast iron weight in the bottom of it. I'm pretty sure it's a plaster. It might be a resin. Either way, it's a good job. This lamp is $59.95.
Oh, $69.95.
Or $69. Are you sure? Oh yeah,
it's $69.95.
$69.95. It comes without a shade because we're going to let you decide what you want to do.
It also comes without a shade because I hate shipping shades. It takes like 4 times bigger box. So pro tip, if you're a reseller, unless you're sold, like you have to have the shade and you're going to sell online, I suggest selling lamps without a shade because typically people can find one that fits it and it'll probably cost you half the price to ship it. And we've been selling a ton of lamps. I think we sold last week. Zeb bought 3, and I know we for sure sold at least 2 lamps of the 3 he bought last week.
Yep. The marble base one went walking out the door today. Someone came and got it locally.
Yesterday,
yeah.
Yeah, she bought a bunch of stuff.
All right. K. McCavalier, 1947 is the copyright. It's a turquoise book with red leaves on there. $16.95
You know what
on
I've
that.
been noticing, and I know told you I stopped doing story time so much so we could get through this, but
It's okay.
since we've been doing larger, more variety thrifting, and we have lots of painted stuff still, but we have more just actual vintage and antique stuff. We are selling more of it in the shop because we have such a variety that people can find what they're looking for. I'm noticing when people come in locally,
well, the people that
they're
bought
buying
those
plates
lamps,
and books and lamps and so much of we're like more of a legit antique store.
well, the people that bought the lamp yesterday, they also had a whole box of like linens and other things.
And I think she bought an outfit too. We've been selling more clothes.
And they were
lately.
younger.
And so more people are coming in for clothes and more people are buying like our finds, which is super fun for me. I love it because then I get to buy more stuff and you get to buy more stuff.
This book is priced at the Zeb won't care if this doesn't sell book.
I wonder why.
This is wood carving techniques and projects. And it's got like a whole, it's illustrated like how the direction to start, how to lay it out, what tools work best, how to sharpen your knives. It's the whole deal, and I love it. It was originally $2.95. It still has its original sticker. It's a sunset
and now
book.
It's 10 times that.
Yeah, $22.95.
Okay, Pioneer Woman. This one already sold. It's from My Frontier to Yours. It's $16.95. This is one of those that I definitely take the dust cover off because the actual book is really pretty.
It's one of her first cookbooks, I think.
This one I was actually surprised it was worth so much because I just saw it.
Children's books don't sell for as much.
I saw this from across the bins. I'm like, Zeb, grab the bear book. I just love the art on it. And then Zeb looked it up and it was worth quite a bit.
Yep.
It's got a little bit of damage in the binding, but it's $18.95 and Zeb found them for even more than that.
Oh yeah, we always price.
The art
less.
is why I buy children's books because it's so fun.
Yeah, it's unless it's like something that I know is just going to fly off the shelf, we almost always price lower than what we're finding.
Das Grobe Haster Volkslieder. It's German folk art or folk music. German.
And that's what that means.
That's a lot of words for German folk music. So it's got lots of the music pages in here. So if you love German, like German antique type stuff, I just feel like this would be great.
The book itself isn't terribly old.
No, but the
it's got
pages
a bunch
are
of
kind
like
of yellowed. It's probably from the 70s. How old do you think this is?
I think when I looked, I can't remember. It was in there.
1978.
Yep.
Okay, this was my favorite book of the week. This is the Nativity. It's a flip book.
Do you want me to show them close?
Yeah, it's $22.95.
This is a really fun book.
I'd be surprised if that one is not sold because this one's really cool.
Right.
I haven't seen it before.
You basically build the Nativity as you read along here.
Be careful.
Hold on, let me.
It's not perfect. It's got a brass like spiral bound. That one's the more fragile one there. It is sold. Okay. I had a feeling it would. $22.95. Anything nativity always does well for us. And this one is one that I actually found. And I was super excited. It's really sweet. All right. Zeb's going to finish showing that. I'm going to get to the next book. We have Betty Crocker's Parties for Children. Essentially, before Pinterest, people had to buy books for games, fun, and food. And it's $13.95. Got some really great ideas for games for kids' parties. And I think it's really fun. And then we've got two country books. One is Country Style by Better Homes and Gardens. This particular one must be hard to find because Zeb found it for like $50.
Yeah.
And we're selling for $32.95. What I love is the things that are in there are the things that we're decorating with now. People always say, well, what happens when farmhouse goes out of style?
The
Farmhouse
colors are
used to
even
be-
similar.
Yeah, farmhouse used to be called country when I was a newlywed, and it just changes. But what I love is the quilts, the florals, all of that is circling back in style, and it's super cozy.
Anyway, great book.
Okay,
It's
next
chock
up,
full.
Country Quilts by Country Living. You guys love all the quilts that we buy. And this is, you can hear that spine crack. So even though it's older, it's not been used very much. And it's got the best country like quilts in here, and it's $14.95.
This also has some good decorating ideas just from looking
Very
at the
good
pictures.
condition for a coffee table book.
Not even if you're looking at the
Les,
quilts.
I do remember Country Living magazine. I get it I don't know if it's every month or however often it comes out. So this was a Zeb purchase. The cross section says $22.95 coffee table book. So, do you want to show it?
Also, wouldn't be sad if this
All right,
didn't sell.
this is going to be the last one here, and then
My
we're going to flip the
childhood
camera
was
for
filled
linens.
with looking at like every detail and reading all of the bullet points on stuff like this. There's all kinds of things in here. It's got castles. It's got ships. This one is particularly huge. This is the centerfold. But anyway, this is super fun book. Great for kids and adults and coffee tables.
Kids and Zebs alike.
Yep. I don't remember how much it was. The tag's off of it.
$22.95. I already gave them the price on it. Okay,
All right, let's rotate around. We're going to look at some quilts.
I'm going to stay here just to make sure that nothing happens when you flip that around.
It should be
We
fun.
have a lot of linens, and we have about 10 minutes because we were about 2 minutes late. Oh, you unhooked it.
Oh, really?
Yep. Just a second, guys. We'll be back.
Oh,
we'll
it's
be
not.
back.
That's why it's not plugged in there.
Okay, we're back. You guys can see, I was actually talking to Zeb about my fiddle fig that's over there. It's real. It's like the only plant I've not killed that's
I'm
indoors.
going to raise this up so we can really show some quilts.
Let's Be On says maybe she's just not used to it because she's used to southern humidity. Yeah, so Michigan will be humid to Odelia because people that are from anywhere humid come here and they like shrivel up and die.
My mom's been living in Alabama for about 5 years now, and her lips like crack.
Can you just double check and make sure we're good there?
Yeah, I think so.
This entire couch is full of linens, but we're going to get through them. So what I always like is when I can find sets when we're at the bins. It's not something that's easy to find. So I found this I would say it's a full queen size flat sheet.
Here, let's open her up.
All right. And she has a matching pillowcase. It's embroidered on both sides.
Oh, that's the back side.
And it's $22.95. And I love the eyelet ribbon or lace or whatever you want to call it, eyelet lace across the top. So sweet. Love that. Found these in 2 different areas at the bins. This was a popular item. Apparently, I knew it would be. It's a handmade purse. It's got like lace and fringe on it. And then it's cut. They must have used like a dress or something and sew that on the bottom. And then a really cute little button. And this sold for $18.95. It's already sold. Got the price on there. Most of these did any of this come not from the bins today?
All of this is from the bins.
Okay.
I don't think I got a single blanket.
And the bins, the very least expensive thing.
Actually, that Afghan. No, that was from the bins too, I think.
Yeah, the very least expensive thing to get at the bin is textiles. So these are like 98 cents a pound.
I'm not going to unfold this, but it's got this fun lace. It's a sheet. It's not focusing. Work with me. There it goes.
Oh, I
don't
thought this was a
remember. Do you remember
medium,
how-
but this is a large,
Do you
but
remember
it's
how much?
vintage large, so it's probably more like medium.
The sheet's $9.95.
Yeah, that sheet actually already sold, and I put a picture of it. Some of the crochet on the top of the flat sheet is coming off, but I think that would be so great to use to make pillows or whatever out of. All right, this one, it says medium in the listing, but it actually is tagged large. It just looks like a medium to me, and it's just like a little nightie, or Odelia wanted to put a t-shirt under and wear it as a dress, and I told her no. Back in the day, this would have been a nightie. Now I guess it's just like you could wear it out. I love this. Also has the eyelet, and this is probably from the 80s, judging by the label. And then it's got the cute granny floral on it.
All right, we got 2 table runners, pink. One is long, one is longish.
We're selling them as a set. I'm going to circle
they're
around
set
to see
for
the comments.
$19.95.
Les says she makes curtains from antique sheets. I love that.
So this is interesting. This was at the bins. It's basically a new condition. The brand on it is, where'd it go?
It's on the corner.
It's like, I want to say Tima.
Thank you. Caitlin fixed that to say large.
So this is, if you look these up online,
they sell for quite a bit.
It's Egyptian cotton, and they call it a towel. I called it a throw because it's got all this fringe on there.
But it's like beach towel size, so you could use it for either or.
It's very lightweight. I don't think it would dry me off. Yeah, Tima is the brand.
You'd be surprised at how well that will dry you off. $4.95 for this little embroidered napkin.
You keep jumping ahead. This is $24.95.
Sorry. Well, we only have 8 minutes.
Oh, we got longer than that.
Okay. All right. Next up, we've got this. I did not know what this was. It is a bun warmer. So you put your buns in here and then you tie this up or something, and it keeps your buns warm. I was like, is it a hat? I don't know. But it sold for $9.95. I thought that I had that for $12.95, but maybe, I don't know.
Maybe this was $12.95?
No, that's $12.95 for sure, because that's how much I always sell those for.
All right. So another little doily, but a big, it's actually pretty big. It says $12.95. Can you guys see that?
Okay, we've got a full queen size.
Here, walk that way, and I'll hold this side. So we can hold it up.
Duvet here. I don't know how a full queen is a thing, but it is. I guess because you can put it on a full size bed.
Yeah.
But this is like a pieced duvet. So it's pieced on this side, and then you've got the really great floral and stripe on the other side, and it has buttons.
Does it have any tears on this one?
No, it's the other one that does. And then what I love about this duvet is that it has the little lip here, so like covers it completely. And this, I don't know, where's the price on this one?
It was like $49 or something. Maybe it's this. I don't know. I saw it a minute ago.
Hopefully Caitlin dropped the link, because I don't know where the price went on that one. This is something that I would keep for myself. We have a king size bed. $42.95. So you were, is that what you said?
I said $49.
Oh, so even less.
It's a bargain.
I hardly ever find, I shouldn't say hardly ever, but full queen is probably the most common size that I find. And this is a Martha Stewart quilt, or not quilt, comforter. And it's king size, and it's in pretty good condition. Sorry, it sat on my couch, so it's got like 2 dog hairs that I just pulled off, but I washed it. And it's got it's pointing this direction. It's got like a toile, but it's got birds on it, and they're like blue and green. And then it's got a stripe on the other side, and it's Martha Stewart, and it's king size. And it is $50, $40.
It's like doing a dance
with
the quilts.
Where's the price tag on this? You priced it. I know you did.
I don't know. It's probably on the other side on the green.
Oh, there it is. $48.95. Okay, I'm going to go double check comments in a minute. But first, I'm going to do these 2. These I put on the listing. Whoever did this did not hem this side of the pillowcase. So it's all complete. It's got embroidery. It's a set of K pillowcases, just not hemmed on the one side. And they're $16.95 for the set. If they were hemmed, they'd be like $20, because it would take just a few seconds to hem that side up if you had a machine.
All right, little apron. This is like a half apron, $12.95. It's got a pocket. It's ready for you. Oh, it needs pressed.
BLB says she wished Martha still did her cooking. If you have Roku, she has Roku like cooking recently. videos that are up on the Roku streaming, or at least she
She's-
did a few months ago. But she's 80.
She looks like
something.
she's getting tired as she cooks. She's like not explaining it
But
very
the
well. She
woman
just
still is insane. Like she
Yeah.
is working like I'm gonna tell you right now, Jamie Ray Vintage will not be making thrifting videos in my 80s. I'll still be doing cool stuff, just nobody's gonna know. All right, next up we've got this
we
quilt.
will reach a point. We're gonna sail off into that
Another full
sunset.
queen size quilt. Where's the price tag on
I'm
this
gonna
one?
wake up one morning and I'm gonna be like, you know what? I don't feel like making a video today.
$49.95 on this
So
one.
this is it's like
Mass produced, but it's hand sewn.
sewn, but at some point it's got a tag that's like so worn off from being washed so much.
All right, this was Zeb's probably favorite thing because brown and orange, he just can't, but it's
I love it.
huge. Like we don't find Afghans this big.
And the brown, the yarn that they used is occasionally a different brown. It's like they ran
It's
out
like
and they had to
burnt
mix it
or
in.
burnt brown or burnt umber, and then also chocolate. Or I think it looks intentional.
Yeah, maybe.
Can you hold up the other side?
There's
on
no
this?
rhyme or reason to it when I took a picture of it.
Oh,
though.
really?
Yeah.
I literally cannot hold this up enough, but it's big.
It's really heavy. It's fringe.
Don't forget the fringe. All right, the tag's on the bottom. It's right there on your side,
Where?
on the front.
Oh. $59.95.
Yeah, it's huge. Can you see? Like, it's big. Okay. Next up, this is a small quilt topper that somebody pieced and machined together but has not finished. So it's $12.95. I would say it is kid blanket size, and it looks like vintage fabric to me. And it'd be so cute if you backed it and did it like a little boy baby blanket.
I don't
It
think
almost looks like old men's shirts, the plaid.
I don't
it's
know if
really
we got
cute.
this price.
Yeah, we did. Oh, well, I don't know if we priced it like for this because Zeb,
Yeah, it's on the
we
website.
couldn't find it. This is just like a throw quilt and it's machined. And I think I did it like 30 something. So I can't recall.
It's
I
the
don't
same
wanna,
front and back.
I'm going to go look and see if Caitlin posted the price and you can show someone else. That was the one that I had washed that last. It was still drying on my banister because I don't throw it in there. All right.
Okay. Brown and yellow Afghan.
A lapkin.
Yep, that's a Lapkin.
That one's
It's only $18.95. I got it because I picked it up and I was like, oh, we'll see how big this is. Because sometimes when it's laying in the bins, you can't see how big something is and half buried. So it wasn't very big, but it's so soft. I'm like, man, even if you just had like a puppy or something that you were using this for.
What does handmade mass-produced mean? So mass-produced meaning it came from, it has a tag on it, but it's hand-sewn in that there's hand stitching on the actual piece. So like there was a factory and they hand stitched it. Some of them, there was a company in Vermont that did a bunch of hand stitching.
That quilt, when I looked it up, is made in Indiana.
Oh,
or
okay.
at least that's the company.
Okay. So this one is tattered, meaning it's got imperfections in it, but everybody commented that they were glad that I bought it because it's just a really pretty purple
you can
and
see
green.
here, it's just the fabric's just worn out from being used.
So you could
and
call it a
washed.
cutter quilt, but honestly, I would just use it as is. Like I have so many quilts like this and they're my favorite. $34.95. It's got these purple embroidered flowers, but because it's imperfect, I put it, and this has, let me see, this has hand stitching in it too. You can see because it's like irregular.
So this condition of quilt, we usually roll into like the camping quilt, but usually we try to do darker
Nobody's
colors.
camping with light. Yeah.
Yeah, for the darker.
I would totally put that on a bed in a guest room. I think it's cute. All right. This is a embroidered tablecloth. It's $24.95. I think it would fit your standard like 6 top. So what's that, like 60 inch table? And what I love about it is got a design in the middle, almost like a built-in runner. And it's in pretty good condition. It's got a couple of imperfections in it, but overall it's just a darling, darling tablecloth.
Okay, so this is like
Can they see this on there? Sorry.
Yeah, I think they can.
I was trying to hold it up.
It's over there.
All right.
So cabbage rose toile.
That one does have a hem that needs to be resewn. It's priced accordingly, and I included in the picture.
And then it's striped on the back side. And this one is, I want to say $29.95.
No,
30?
that's $39.95.
I don't know. I wrote over the top of it.
Let me see if Caitlin dropped the link to that one.
Who knows?
We're doing real good tonight.
Like we bothered to price it and it's wrong.
I don't see that. Okay. Sorry, she's trying to find it. That's all right, Caitlin. It's in there. I'll double check later. Make
This
sure that
one
we didn't get
is
missed.
really cool. It's like
It's a puff
it's-
quilt.
it's like a puff quilt. Like each little pocket of the pattern has stuffing, like batting in it. And this one is queen size. It's $9.95. And the back, it's like this small, tight little floral pattern. Let's bring it close.
There we go. I found it. That was $29.95. You were right, because it needs to be fixed. So
But some of the stuff has been mushed around, which is why this isn't like $150. Some of the batting is not all where it's supposed to be.
we've got.
But it's mostly in really great shape.
I put 2 yards of fabric, but it's probably more than that. Let me see. Yeah, it's just a
Are you
titch
sure
over
your
2
arm
yards.
is 36 inches long?
Yes. I
your
have been
nose?
measuring fabric like that, and I've got an extra like 4 inches, so we're safe. $9.95. You can actually just buy this fabric at a Hobby Lobby, but I think it's like $12-ish a yard, and I'm selling 2 for $9.95, and it's just wrinkled because I washed it. So it's new fabric somebody had used, and it's the duck cloth, so it's perfect for upholstery because it's like a heavier canvasy type fabric. And if it doesn't sell, I will just use it to upholster some projects. I always have them.
All right. We got more cabbage roses, but in
We
a
have
different
so-
style. And then
This
it's
had
got
a
the
matching
big
sheet.
stripes on the back.
This had a sheet and a pillowcase that sold last week or the week before. I can't remember. And now I found the matching comforter. So I'm hoping whoever bought that sheet
What
and
size is this? Full?
it's
It's
full.
$34.95.
That's a full $34.95. So I'm hoping that it works for the size that whoever bought the sheet and the pillow needs. Because that's fun to find matching pieces like different weeks because it is older. All right, chenille, always popular. Chenille bedspread with the fringe, $48.95. It's a peachy pink. I think that's how I described it.
How's it pulling? Yeah, it looks pretty true to color on camera.
It's actually very much like the vintage pink in our cottage color line. So this is the last item, $48.95. You cannot let things drag on the floor. There we go. That is it.
Okay.
Everything is available at jamierayvintage.com. Thanks for joining us tonight. And if you like this video, please hit that share button, give us a thumbs up, and subscribe to Jamie Ray Vintage for more
DIY.
and thrifting. We'll see you guys on the next episode.
Thanks for hanging out with us tonight, guys.
It was a chill night. It feels so chill after all the
Well,
big
we've
hauls
been having
had.
these giant, huge hauls, and this one wasn't like necessarily small, but we had a lot of textiles.
Love you guys.